Bitch, please do not ask me what I do. Keep it big 40, but I still might slide. Smoking big 30, niggas big 40 on the block, that he like to. Keep on talk that shit, he might not talk no more. That boy scared of these streets, he don't walk no more. Must be scared of his sleep, how he talk to hoes. Must be scared of this beef, what you talking for? Mac on my side, if we catch bro like he gon' die. And my niggas been packing it on ride.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Lice on a case, and my intro finally makes sense starting today. So this theory is on Imagine That. It's RDC World's short film about magic and friends and betrayal and all kinds of stuff. If you haven't seen it, go watch it because this video will make zero sense if you don't. But I think the story is a lot more dark and twisted, and I think they show and give a lot of evidence for it being something completely different than what is actually going on or what is being shown, but they give just enough evidence to tell you. And I wanted to bring that to you guys. For those people who are from the gaming channel, this channel was never supposed to be just a gaming channel. It was also supposed to be theories and reviews and things like that, and I just haven't gotten to it. I have equipment now, and I will be getting to it once I learn everything about how to edit videos and record videos and all that. But for now, this is going to be the format. It won't be forever, but it is. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video, man. Alright, so this is Imagine That. It's RDC's new short film on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Jay was in his fucking bag. But there's this theory that I got, and I don't even think it's a theory anymore. I watched it like 5 times, and I think I have the evidence to support it. Jay is just as evil as Dez. Dez is just a little more evil. Even with the whole plot twist thing, I think that actually did happen, and it proves it. In order to actually prove this theory, though, I have to explain to you how the power system works. So there's these books that these people can find, and they each have their own properties to them. And in order to gain a different book's property, like one has destroy, one has restore, one has creation, in order to gain it, somebody else has to use the book and actually have that power on the book, and you have to kill them and take it. My evidence would be,
he found out a way to make his book create and destroy. Man, he knows something.
this nigga is straight gaslighting, bro. Just 10 minutes ago, he knew about how to do it.
I need that book too.
But that's not really a theory. They actually just show that. This is really what my theory is. I think this nigga Dez from the very beginning, before they ever stepped out the car, knew about these goddamn books. And this nigga set up that whole beginning scene as a plot or like a little ploy to get Mark to get a book so he can then steal it from this nigga later. Now, if you watched it, I know you remember this scene.
Just bluffing. All right, come on, let's go.
If you ain't picking up what I'm putting down, nigga, let me show you.
I told y'all this shit was real.
But that really ain't the only evidence. This nigga Jay was in his fucking bag. So in Dez's own flashback, like he has a flashback saying Jay's the one who killed him. This nigga Dez has powers in his own flashback before Jay ever even touches the book. But Jay ain't squeaky clean either. They kind of like two sides of the same coin. He just want the healing powers that Shotty have so he can get it for himself. That's why he keep asking weird questions every time she uses it.
What are you doing? You don't have to write my name down anymore? Is he good?
I don't know, it depends. On what? If he already died or not,
Now, I know these seem like little one-off lines, and I would believe that if he didn't say this shit.
And you know we might be enemies one day, right?
But to prove my point even further, Desmond's also rocking with a healer, and he kills everybody. He killed a random stranger who he's never met, never talked to, don't know who he is, what part of the story he's in. That nigga could have just been in an Uber. He was gonna drop him off. But if you notice at the end scene, he don't want to kill Jay. He wants to kill the girl he's with because Jay's trying to get her powers, and he hasn't gotten the restore powers of the other dude yet. He just wants to kill her because he still needs to get Jay's book, so he want to keep Jay alive. That's why he just want to capture him. All right, so this is part 2 of my Imagine That theory. We're picking up where we left off, where Desmond knew about the books the entire time, and he set up that whole scene so that he can get Mark to get the book so he can then take it from him later to claim the power. Now, I made a lot of claims in my last video, so this video is more so to substantiate those claims. So in order to do that, we have to do somewhat of character analysis, or more so analyze the scenario. It makes no sense for Dez to grab the book, go berserk, and accidentally kill his friend, and then the other friend want to murder him for not knowing how to use the powers of this book and accidentally hurting their friend, when he's the one who led them to the book. That doesn't make sense, especially since in Mark's flashback, immediately after Helen dies, he turns to Dez and walks to him in a very angry fashion, and it cuts to when he's walking to Dez the next time. So I think this was the start of their very first battle, even in Mark's own retelling of it. The only issue with this is Mark doesn't actually have a book if his story was true. If that's how it went down, he walked up to Dez trying to fight without a book. and somehow survived that hoe. But you know what does make sense? Their first battle coming to a stalemate because Dez already has a book. But if Dez already has a book and Mark somehow gets a book to fight them and they stalemate, that would mean he probably was the one who killed Helen by grabbing the book without ever using it and going berserk.
Jennifer, I need you to listen to me. Heal me. All right? Then I'll tell you everything after.
He didn't tell you what he did, huh?
So riddle me this, nigga. You get accused of killing your homie. You didn't kill your homie. But you gotta talk about something? There's nothing to talk about in that moment. It's an immediate no, unless you did kill your homie for some reason, and there's some kind of explanation for why. Maybe something like Dez setting him up to do it.
You just been trying to capture him this whole time? What about your friend?
Dez don't care about Helen whatsoever, but it is something he can use because he knows Jay really was the one who killed her, even though he was the one who set it up.
No! And the only reason I came out here because I didn't want y'all to come out here alone. Because if something happens to y'all, then the police gonna investigate me first.
What?
Nigga, that excuse is sorry. And we all know Dez was acting his ass off in this. So those stutters, those were intentional, bro. He was meant to seem a little shaky right there when he was saying it. Because that nigga was really lying. He was there with a purpose. And that's why their behavior pans out with this timeline. Jay has been trying to kill Dez since the moment that Helen died. And Dez has been trying to capture Jay. Jay feels like Dez is responsible for the death of his best friend, but not only that, he's responsible for making him do it. So it's way deeper than just his friend dying because of some accident.